Welcome to my YouTube channel, my Dotty family. Come and join me on this magical journey through the world of dot art. My name is Zelda and I am from the Faerie realm. And today I would like to introduce you to the beginner's dotting tools. I also have this beginner set available on my Etsy store. So the first obvious thing is for putting all of your tools in. I have a pencil bag here, and the reason why I decided to go with plastic is because I realized the paint sticks to the fabric and it's quite hard to get it out, where with plastic you can just scrape it off with your nail and keep it clean that way. Then the most important thing of all of them is of course your dotting tools. So these bamboo dotting tools I had specifically made for my company because I couldn't find anything that I was really happy with online. You do get these ones online, but I have found that they don't run in a beautiful size. So in other words, from large to small, they have sizes missing in between. So for me and for petal building, that just didn't work. So even though this is also great to start off with, it's almost like it has sizes missing in between. So this size goes one size bigger than the one I have available, my largest one, and this one is one size smaller than my smallest one. But you've only got 8 tools in this set, where in my bamboo set you have 11 tools and they run in sequence. So from 3mm all the way up to 13mm, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way up to 13mm. Because they are bamboo, they are environmentally friendly, and also they don't suck up the water and the paint like your dowel sticks do, which is also great. They have a nice finger grip on every tool, so that also gives you a bit more stability and control on exactly where you would like to place your dots. And then, so if you do have paint build up on your tools here, you can just use a little rough sponge and then just scrape it off, and it comes off quite easily. If you do have your own tools at home and you would like to follow the patterns and everything with me, try and line up your tools as well. So see that they're also running in size. So these sizes are running in diameter. So this is a 7mm. So if you put your ruler here, you would see that that is a 7mm in diameter. Try and get those tools together from 3mm all the way up to 13mm. Next up, we have the ball tools. Everybody is super familiar with the ball tools. I don't know what that is. Everybody is super familiar with the ball tools, and you can see that they also run in size. So they use these for nails, making dots on nails. So from large all the way to small. Also just see that you place them correctly. I'll probably refer to this again when I do the videos as well, because that side has got all the exact same size balls as you can see on this side, and this side is the side that they change in size. What they are really great for is really tiny surfaces. Okay, they are great for doing pendants and smaller surfaces. So this is one that I've done with them, and you can see that mostly we're using those little small tools for the small surfaces. Also great for rocks because they're also small surfaces. And then we're also going to do a lot of the walk the dot with these tools. My students usually refer to it as walk the dog, so we keep on joking about that. And in my patterns, I actually included that as saying, like, let's go walk the dog. Next up is the white pencil. So the white pencil, I have a charcoal pencil here. You get chalk pencils as well. And then you get the pencils that they use to mark fabric with. So as long as it's water soluble, it is the correct pencil. You do not want to use oil-based pencils like pastels because they will not come off of your surfaces easily. What we also want to do with this is we want to keep the lines quite thin so that they are so that they come out easily. And also if the lines are quite thick with the white pencils, sometimes it does interfere with the paint. It almost like deters the paint. And it gives it, if you have a dot, right, sometimes it will give you an indent where the line runs, which is quite strange, but I don't know, I figured that out. So that's what we want to do, is we want to work with this. We don't want to use the graphite pencils. The graphite pencils, you're going to have to sit with an eraser after you're done and try and erase all of those planning lines after your piece is dry, and that's just a little bit of a headache to do. Also, try to never drop your pencil. Because it is chalk, it is really soft, and it will break off inside, and you're going to have a really hard time to get a point that you can actually work with. Also, when it comes to the sharpening, if your sharpener keeps on breaking the pencil tip, then you need a really sharp sharpener, and I would recommend getting a pastel sharpener for that. And as soon as that one also starts breaking off the points, then you just need to replace that. Next we have the drawing compass. Drawing compass, very important for your planning and for your structure lines. We're going to be making a use of this a lot as well, and with this we're going to be using the white chalk pencil. Next up we have the flexi ruler. Flexi ruler, my students absolutely love this ruler. So this ruler is made out of rubber and bendable, as you can see. So it can go around rocks, it can go around glasses. Very awesome for uneven surfaces that you want to mark. So this would also work really well on plates, and if you wanted to paint, I see a lot of people are painting tables as well. So if you wanted to do something around a table leg, you could even bend that around a table leg as well, and then just mark your surface like that. So that is the rubber ruler that I've got available. Then we need to obviously paint our surfaces. So for that, I have a big brush to cover the surface with. And then I have a smaller brush available, which we're going to be using for a lot of touch-up work. So accidents do happen, smudges do happen. It is just part of the trade. I once heard somebody say, there are no mistakes, there are only adjustments in this art, and she was very right. Even if your piece has dried, you can actually sand it down and then just repaint the surface and carry on dotting on top. But with these videos, I'm going to include whenever I make mistakes, so you can also become a master fixer, because that's also part of this beautiful art. Then next up is your palette. So your palette we're going to be using to pour your different paint colors into, and this is what comes part of the kit. And what I do at home is I have a little bowl that I can put in the center that I fill with water, which I use for cleaning my tools with. Then we come to the stencils. Right, so these stencils I designed myself. They come in a set of 2 with even and uneven numbers like this. That basically leaves you with a number selection of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way up to 20. And that's great if you want to do a piece that has a specific number. So say for instance for someone's birthday, let's say someone is turning 13, then you can use the 13 section to make sure that your mandala has 13 equal sections. So let me just quickly show you how this works. So the center will be lined up with the center of your art piece or your canvas, and then from there you'll decide how many sections you want to divide it into. So if you mark everything in the 3 lane, that's 1, 2, 3 holes in the 3 lane, and you connect it with a ruler after you made the marks, you will have 3 equal sections. And that's how it works for all of these sections on both of these stencils. You can also use, for those of you into power numbers, so you've got your 11 there as well that you can work with, and then if you shift the pencil you can do 22, or you can even do 23 if you divide that little section into 2, and you just line up the section and then you mark all of that again as well. So you can really extend on these numbers as well. You can also use them on really large surfaces. So if you want to paint a wall, you line this up with your center, you make your marks, and you use your ruler to connect your marks, and from there where your ruler mark ends you can just extend it with your ruler even more depending on how big your surface is. So this is great for your larger surfaces. What's also really great about these stencils is that you can make them your own. Because they're wood, you can paint them. So you can see how I decorated mine, and this also helps you to just make sure that you stay in the right lane when you are marking all of the sections of your stencils. So you can get really creative with these stencils. Then we have the rubber stencil. The rubber stencil I designed because we needed something to do planning on smaller surfaces like your rocks. It works exactly like the wooden stencils, except I couldn't put numbers on here because it's so tiny. So it comes with a little map that shows you exactly where to find which number on the stencil. So say for instance you wanted 4 equal sections, so we'll just do a color coding. So you'll go with a yellow, and there you've got your 4 equal sections. So if you look here, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 equal sections on your stencil. And then so you line up the center, which is that one there. And then you can mark your 1, 2, 3, 4 equal sections and then just draw the lines. And because this is rubber, it's flexible. So when you put it on a rock, you'll mark and lift every single time just to make sure that the hole goes exactly where it is supposed to go. Then something else about this map. So now I've done color number combinations, which means that I've got 2 numbers running in one circle. Okay. So the outside circle is a 10, 20, which means that if you mark every single hole in the outside circle, you will get 20 equal sections. If you look at the lighter green colors just on top, you'll see that it's on every second hole, and that will give you 10 equal sections when you mark those. So every number that is in this lane here, in the right row, in the same row, you can do both of those numbers in. Okay, 3 I had to move here because that's where it fit into. You can see it right there. Let's continue the discussion in the comment section below. So if you have any questions or comments, please list them below. And I want to thank you for joining me on this magical journey. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next one. Stay dotty, stay magical. Goodbye.
Every single day